All right, I don't know what time it is on your clock, but I know what I'm getting ready for. It is time for the Professional CISO podcast with David Malaco.
Today, we have a public sector technology leader in local government for about 21 years, maybe a little over. His roots are in teaching. He grew up as a sysadmin and then grew through the ranks now to a CIO. In today's episode, our guest is Ricardo Suarez. He is currently the CIO of the city of Hialeah. Make sure I get that right. Please welcome Ricardo Suarez.
Dave, thank you very much for having me.
Awesome.
Pleasure to join you.
Can you talk me through how the development of your leadership style over time and maybe give folks insight into that?
I think some of my biggest development has come from conversations with other at the C-levels or directors or even people leading a small group, big group, doesn't matter, but those conversations, understanding their approach and how they come around and have those tough conversations.
Gotcha. Those that are in charge of cybersecurity at an executive level at an organization, do you feel like we need to professionalize that role or that function, or what does that mean to you?
I would say yes. I think it's another C-level that needs to be at the table. I don't know that I necessarily want it under the CIO.
Interesting, coming from a CIO?
Yes, I believe the CISO role, along with the CIO, can produce a better product than if he's reporting up to us.
Interesting.
CISO has a different view of the pane of glass than I do.
Right.
I'm bringing technology. He's telling me how we're securing technology.
Right.
And he's making sure that no matter where I want to take us, we're doing security.
Right.
So I do. And I do believe in making it a professional role.
How do you feel about the risk aspect of cybersecurity or technology? I think that's one of the things that I'm seeing as a pattern coming up where it's more about technology risk than it is about tools or cybersecurity threats. It's becoming that larger conversation. What are your thoughts on that?
It is. Unfortunately, every tool you have has a risk. From a CIO's perspective, doing the security, if I have to focus on both the tool and the risk, it's a lot harder to work with. If I bring in a CISO, have him worry about the risk, have him concerned on the security, allowing me to understand what the tool can really do to better the business.
Right.
I think it creates a better marriage.
If you wanted to give advice for young leaders, young cybersecurity or technology leaders today, what would that be?
Listen, at the end of the day, do not give up on what you're trying to get to. Ask a lot of questions and don't be afraid to not get it the first time. At the end of the day, you're trying to become the best person you can be. So.
Love it. Love it. Colleagues and friends, I renew the call. We must professionalize the role of the CISO. Let's do this.
We're professionalizing the CISO role, so please subscribe to the Professional CISO podcast.